Greetings and salutations everyone, Crimson Nero here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy. In the last episode, we toured around the northern continent, made it to Provoca, fought a bunch of pirates, and got ourselves a ship, and we made our way over to Elfheim, where we are currently located. In this episode, let's look at some stats, because off-screen I did a little bit of grinding, mostly for money, but I also gained a few levels. So everyone's now level 14, we're looking good, got some strong levels and some weak levels in there. Got enough money to make sure that I can access a few level 4 spells with Jacqueline. That's going to be really helpful, especially for Cura and Heal, and also Poison Up because the next area has a lot of poison. And also we got some level 3 and 4 spells for Cyrus so that he can do even more damage. Also, those spells, the level 2 elemental, or the version 2 elemental spells, they are now AoEs, or area of effect spells, so basically they hit everything, so that is A-okay. So if we ever have a gigantic band of, like, I don't know, like 9 wolves that we need to take care of, we can just cast one Fyra and boom, there we go. Yeah, in between episodes I might do a little bit of level grinding every once in a while. It really just kind of depends on how I'm feeling and also what point in the game we're at, but I don't know, it'll happen from time to time. I mean, it's an RPG, of course you're going to gain levels at some point. Oh no, it's Cobra! Where's the commander? The Cobra commander. Hey! G.I. Joe! G.I. Joe is there! G.I. Joe! Man, I remember watching that as a kid, but I remember, like, nothing of it. I know they did some, like, live-action G.I. Joe films in, like, the mid-2000s, and I never watched those because I was just like, eh. Then again, G.I. Joes have been around for a really long time. Alright, the Marsh Cave. You will never find a worse place of scum and villainy. I mean, you will, but, you know, Star Wars quotes. Alright, so this is actually the first, like, real dungeon of the game, because, I mean, like, yeah, we went to the Chaos Shrine, but that was easy pickings, because it was just a matter of, hey, you can explore the 4 corners and just try to get some treasure. Or you could just walk forward and just go fight Garland, but in this case, this is an actual dungeon, and having a combination of both Dia and Fyra is going to be a fantastic assistance. Looks like Skeletor and Skullmageddon brought their whole crew with them. Yeah! But Dia is too strong! Let's go! But that Blood Bones was actually pretty strong too. Ooh, some good gil, like 590. Cash, money, goodness. And also there begins the part of Final Fantasy I where I don't always remember exactly where I need to go in any single dungeon. Sometimes it's a matter of like, hey, I kind of know where I'm going. Other times it's a matter of, I don't remember this dungeon at all, and I'm poisoned already. Well, that bodes well. But good news is I have the poisonous spell, the poisonous spell, so I can easily cure that instead of constantly having to use antidotes. Because MP can be restored, and yes, I could spend gil to buy more antidotes, but at the same time, though, like, that's money. I could use that to, like, rest at an inn. Also, it's at this point that you start to realize that Final Fantasy I, no matter which version you're playing, has a pretty high encounter rate. Also, it has paralysis. I just noticed that Sam has an even 200 HP, which is really good. Hey, that's shield blocking. Please do not paralyze Cyrus. Good. Unfortunately, we can't use Jacqueline, but we could always just use Fyra. It's just as effective as Dia, except for, you know, it's kind of better. Ooh, a dagger. Huh. Don't we already have a dagger on Cyrus? I think we do. Hey, some more money. There are a lot of chests in this game that actually just give out gil. Ooh, broadsword, heck yes. And more gil, sweet. Good, strong broadsword. It's not quite the Dragon Slayer from Berserk, but it'll do for the moment. So the Marsh Cave kind of like splits off into two different paths you can take. You can go the way that I just did, which honestly is just kind of like one floor. But then this right here, where I am now, this is where the real meat and potatoes of the dungeon actually exists. You got ladders, you got tons of doors that you can explore, a few treasure chests here and there, a bunch of bats flying around that really don't do anything. They just kind of get in the way sometimes. Though not quite as much as certain NPCs in some really claustrophobic areas of certain towns, because that's always fun. I'm surprised that a physical hit actually managed to kill a green slime. And I'm poisoned again. I feel like that's going to be the reoccurring phrase of this dungeon, and I'm poisoned again. I mean, I could use spells, but I also kind of want to save them. Plus, it's only one green slime. It's not really doing much besides, you know... Actually, the poison that it inflicted is doing more damage than it is. And immediately get rid of that poison. It's really nice that the MP cost for that spell is only 3, otherwise it'd be a little bit more of a pain in the tuchus. Now, if I can actually remember exactly where I'm supposed to go, that would be really helpful. I think this is the right way. Yeah, there we go. Alright, basement floor 3. Ooh, Phoenix down! Excellent! Now we might not have to necessarily go to the church all the time. Empty. Hey! No, it's just cash. It'll be useful later. A penny saved is a penny earned, I guess. Or a gil saved is a gil earned. What? Hey, someone jacked the stuff! But I got a cottage out of it, so it's okay. And more green slimes! But will they poison? That's the big question. Well, that's already one taken care of, so we're good there. Hey, missed! Ah, I'm not the one who gets poisoned, but Sam is. If I could just get a critical hit, that'd be really helpful. Victory! And now I gotta heal Sam up. Elements be gone! Ooh, a copper armlet. Blech. yeah, best to give it to the healer, because, hey, who else is gonna revive you if things go bad? Or just heal you in general. Jacqueline can't revive people yet, but soon, within several levels, I think? I can't remember if life is a level 6 or 7 spell. Oh yeah, that reminds me of something. So, whether you use either like a life spell or a Phoenix Down, or you go to the church and get revived, every time you revive someone from being knocked out, they only come back with 1 HP. Later installments, oh no, Pisco Demons. They're like Mind Flayers, but just not quite as terrible, but still they're kind of terrible. Okay, that's 1 down. We're looking good. We're looking good. Anyways, yeah, just later installments of Final Fantasy, the Final Fantasy games would make it so like you at least recover a little bit of HP, like you could actually possibly survive a hit. But in this game, just be prepared to possibly see characters come back to life only to immediately get knocked down like the next second later. Alright, that went a lot. Ooh, that was a lot of cash. And we have obtained the crown! Why was it down here? Alright. But yeah, that Pisco Demon fight could have gone a lot worse, and various fights against recolored enemies that look like those in other, like, Mind Flayers, or known in Dungeons and Dragons as the Illithid. Yeah, those fights, whether it's in Final Fantasy or in D&D, could go extremely poorly. Especially because they can eat your brains! In Dungeons and Dragons. In Final Fantasy, they just do a lot of status ailments and do a lot of damage. I think they also do a lot of AoE damage as well. Yeah, they're not necessarily the most fun. Also, I think that was actually the first of the trap tiles. I could be wrong there, but regardless, we'll get to whether that was a trap tile or not. You're going to see trap tiles at several different points in the game, and sometimes they're actually a pretty good level grinding or money farming position. Basically, trap tiles are set encounters, so if you step on a tile, it'll automatically put you into it'll automatically get you into an encounter against a preset group of enemies. But once you step on the tile, it happens every single time. So even if you like step on the tile and then you win the battle, then you step off of it and then step back onto the same tile, you're still going to get into another encounter. So if I for example, if I went back down to the 3rd floor, I could step on that spot where we fought the Pisco Demons, and I could fight another batch of 4 Pisco Demons. No matter how many times you defeat it, it'll always spawn the same enemies from its set encounter. It would be like playing Pokemon and like you go to a certain spot and like you always fight, I don't know, like a single level 1 or like a single level 22 Haunter or something. I know, weird example, but just you can fight them over and over again because like instead of having to wait for a random encounter, you can just automatically force the encounter, so that's kind of beneficial, but well, we might be abusing that a little bit later on, but not now, especially because, yeah, Pisco Demons can wreck your face if you're not careful, especially at this point in the game when not everyone is super duper strong. And I definitely would recommend leveling up a little bit before you go into the Marsh Cave, especially if you have a White Mage, because having Poisona, or at least like a really good supply of antidotes, would be really, really good. Especially because, like, hey, the higher your level, that means, like, your physical fighters will be doing more damage, and they'll have more HP to tank hits, and then, your spellcasters will have better spells, including better healing, and also better damage dealing, and AoE stuff. And also just having better stats to fight the Pisco Demons is a really good idea, because, like, we were, what, like, level 9 at the end of the last episode, and now we're level 14? And I probably could have gone in there at like maybe like maybe level 12 or something and still would have been fine, but better to be safe than sorry. Plus, like, it's not like I like over leveled to like, I don't know, like level 50 or anything. Heck, we probably won't even get to level 50 by the complete end of the main story. Alright, back in Elfheim. Yeah, let's go ahead and just rest up at the inn. Man, we got a lot of cash. Nice. Then again, some of those encounters were giving several hundred, if not, like... Wait, wasn't the... I can't remember, or now my short-term memory is terrible right now at the moment, but was there one that gave me like 1,200 gil? Plus those treasure chests that gave us a hefty amount of gil also help. You see a gravestone. You see a gravestone. Wait, this is the one. Here lies Link. Oh no! Yeah, that was a funny little jab at The Legend of Zelda that they included in some of the later versions of this game. In the original version, I think they said that... I think that one tombstone said, "Here lies Adric," or "Here lies Loto," which are characters, or is it the same character? It's a reference to Dragon Quest, especially the first 3 games. Speaking of the first 3 Dragon Quest games, I heard that they got released on the PlayStation 4 in Japan, and I'm kind of wishing that they would get, and that the same would happen overseas. That'd be really helpful. Then again, Dragon Quest saw several remakes for like the DS, right? Then again, there was also those Japan exclusive Super Nintendo versions. Huh. Shows how much I know about Dragon Quest. Extremely little. But I'm trying to remedy that. Slowly but surely. There are just so many games and not always enough time, but sometimes you gotta make time. Man, we are doing triple-digit damage now. It's great. Well, against some of the weaker enemies, like... Yeah, we definitely weren't doing any triple-digit damage against those green slimes. Haha, physical resistances, am I right? Alright. And back to another encounter, sure. But we have the advantage, and also werewolves! Not exactly what I was expecting from an actual werewolf, but this actually does bring up a good point to bring up. Any enemy that is considered a were enemy, so like a werewolf, later on we'll see like were-tigers and a few other things, they have the ability to automatically regenerate a bit of health at the start of every turn. It's only like a single-digit number. It's really not that bad, but like in the early game when you're fighting werewolves, yeah, I can get like I could just make the fight go a little bit longer and maybe just make it a little bit harder. But like if you're at this point and like you do a tiny bit of level grinding, you should be fine. Yes, man, those ogres give so much good gil. Yeah. What is gold? There is no such thing in the world of Final Fantasy I. Unless they are objects made out of gold, but there are no gold pieces. None whatsoever, because gil sounds cooler. You ever have those times when you're playing an RPG and you're just like, oh man, Oh man, I'm super excited that it actually just has gold, like just simple gold as the currency, and then other times you're just like, ooh, this is an interesting name for a name of a currency, like either Gil or Gald or other things from other RPGs. Zenny. I like how the worm type enemies, like the Gigas worm, I like just have their gigantic mouths open. They're just like, hi. Blizzard. It's about to get cool. Hey look, they're back and they even brought in an additional friend this time. Wait, did we just fight 2 Gigas worms or 3? I don't remember. Regardless, that one's gone. So is that one. Yes, break through the horde! And I'm not talking about the horde from World of Warcraft. I'm talking about actually, Horde Breaker is actually the name of a ranger archetype thing in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. I know this because I recently have been playing a bit of ranger, and also have other people that I play with that have been playing ranger, and there's some cool stuff. Then again, like, you can go with any class and you're still gonna find something really cool. Man, I love seeing those triple digits. Well, when we inflict that much damage to enemies, seeing that on ourselves, that would be pretty bad. Especially because, like, none of us have even more than, like, 300 HP, so, like, eh. Alright, let's just go ahead and save the game, because there's a big event that's about to happen. You fools fell right into my trap! I am Atos, King of the Dark Elves! But wait, you don't look like a... Oh, now you just look like a giant ball of energy. Now that's a Dark Elf. With the combined power of the crown you now hold and the crystal eye I already possess, I will become the true Elf King! It is useless to resist me. I can take what is mine by sheer force! Boss time! Atos really isn't that bad of a fight, but we should still at least be a little bit careful. This would be a good idea. Defense. We gotta go to defense. Protect the healer first! Temper. Yes! Temper is one of the absolute best spells in the entire game, because it increases the amount of damage you do, and it stacks. It stacks along with other death! Oh no! No! Oh no! I'm done. Let's see if slow works. Nope. Okay, so... Well, we just lost one of our big damage dealers, you know, me. Cast all the spells, Cyrus, please! Ha! Your slow also didn't work. Haha! That's a good thing I got that Phoenix down in the Marsh Cave. Hopefully I actually stay alive long enough to actually contribute. Please, Jacqueline, heal me before things happen. Ah! Bummer. See, I told you. I told you just... You only get back 1 HP, and that's it. Yeah! Good job, guys. I was not expecting him to use death. Ooh, a mithril sword. Nice. And we have obtained Matoya's Crystal Eye! Hooray! Yay, mithril sword. But now I'm totally not the same level as everybody else. I'm behind on experience. Should have bought more Phoenix Downs while I was in town. I had like 6,000 gil and I didn't even use it. Actually, then again, spells. There are a lot of spells you can buy in Provoca. Or not Provoca, in Elfheim. Because I think there are 2 different magic shops in Provoca for each type. So I think there's a level 3 shop for white magic, a level 3 shop for black magic, and then also a level 4 shop for either type. So yeah, four magic shops in total. Because there are the 2 shops that are close to the gravestones, and then over on the very far left side of the settlement, there's another set of shops. That's a good thing I got these AoE black magic spells, because I can't do anything to help. Because I'm unconscious. I'm just taking a dirt nap. I like how, like, on the world map, I'm still, like, in control. And yet, as soon as we get into a battle, I just collapse onto the ground. I'm like, I can't go any further. There are some RPGs that if your party leader gets knocked out or like is unusable, then the map sprites will change to the next character in line, which I think is a really cool detail when games do that. Can't think of any good examples right off the top of my head, but there are some out there. Seriously, of all things, just like second, third round of the battle, just, oh, by the way, here, have a death spell. I was so hoping that would miss, but nope. Ah, there's so many wolves! Well, it's a lot better to have wolves that are pretty easy to defeat, rather than, like, I don't know, like every single fight being Pisco demons. That would also be terrible. It's like, ha ha ha, you thought you got away from us now, did you? Well, you were wrong! And then they just like paralyze your entire party and you can't do anything, and then they start doing really powerful spells, and then just game over, man. Game over! Yeah, that would not be okay. Luckily, it's just a pack of wolves, which normally you don't really say very often. Oh, what's that? I'm about to be mauled by a pack of wolves? Oh, well, that's just dandy. See, it's all a matter of perspective. It's like, oh wow, I'm getting absolutely mauled by like 5 different wolves, but that guy over there, he's getting mauled by 6 different wolves. Well, this isn't too bad. No, seriously, that would probably actually be terrifying in real life. Not even probably, that would be terrifying in real life. Also, look at this ogre chief. He looks like the Incredible Hulk. This is like nice and green. Well, I guess that's more like a turquoisey color. And now he's gone. Yay, more gil because ogres. Oh, we're almost there. Oh, it's just a single ogre. Well, hey, more money for us. Nice. Good critical. No more encounters, no more encounters. Yay! Back in Elfheim. Let's get to that church. I'm sorry, sir. We have no clerics in this city. Therefore, you're still gone. Jeez, 200 gil, jeez. That's almost half enough for a Phoenix down. Jeez, man. Gosh, I can only imagine how much gil it would actually require to recover and to revive someone at the end of the game. It's like, hey, you can buy Phoenix downs for like 500 to 1,000 gold, depending on where you're at. And then suddenly it's like, all right, let's go check out the church. How much does it take to revive one person? That'll be 5 million gil, because this church is apparently really good. Will you actually recover more than 1 HP? That would be no. Well, then I'm not interested. Besides, at that point, you would actually have spells that would just recover stuff. Or would allow you to fully heal yourself. Because white mages get really good in the late game. Alright, cool, this is perfect. I just need just a little bit more experience before I'm back at level 15 so I can be at the same level as everybody else. Nice. Yay, I got a level. It was a weak one, but I'm still level 15. Yay. Alrighty, so with that said, we went through the Marsh Cave, we got the crown, we fought against Atos, and we got Matoya's crystal eye back. So, in the next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy, we're going to continue the rest of this mystery involving Elfheim, and possibly we'll be able to wake the prince up. We'll see! I'm Crimson Nero, thank you very much for watching this episode, and until next time, everyone, fare thee well.